Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. I wanted to talk about part 2 of seeing yourself as a victim. And this time I want to talk about helping our friends to not see themselves and portray themselves as a victim. And so when your friend comes to you and tells you this story of how they have been victimized by their friend, their spouse, their coworker, the next door neighbor, the next door neighbor's dog, whoever it is, our initial reaction is to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that person's a scumbag and poor you. And we think that that's friendship because we think that that's what people want to hear. And sometimes it is, and your friend may be conditioned to want to hear that. But their higher self, their truer self, their spirit self wants the truth and wants to be told to knock it off. Now, I would not suggest starting off this conversation with, this is a classic example of you seeing yourself as a victim. Let me tell you how to fix this. No. That's not going to go over well. Please do not do that. And don't say I told you to do that because I didn't. So the first thing, there's 3 steps. The first thing you're going to do is acknowledge them. And how to acknowledge, validate what they are saying and going through is to repeat back to them, okay? Totally easy. This requires listening, not listening to speak next. It's actually listening to hear what it is the problem. So you want to be able to articulate that back to them. What I'm hearing you say is this, and this is causing you to feel like this. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Isn't it terrible? Okay, great. Step 2 is now to ask them, what part did you play in this? That's not a fun question, and that might take them aback. But they need to be able to step out and say, what role did they play in this miscommunication, this misunderstanding, this need to attack this other person and mistreat them? So what role did you play in this? And if they can't think of one, let them think a little bit longer, because we all have a role to play in our relationships. And so you've got to be able to figure out what role you played. And then number 3 is, how would this other person describe this event to me? This is helping them get outside themselves and figure out, what would somebody else say? So that they can bring in another point of view, because somewhere between he said and she said is the truth. Because that person could easily come up to me and tell me the same story, but completely differently on how now this person is the evil, wrong monster. So they each have their own version of the same story, and somewhere between the two is the truth. So if you really want to help your friend to not be in bondage to their own thought process of making themselves, portraying themselves as a victim, and wanting to help them to their ultimate freer self, be the friend that has this conversation, not the friend that perpetuates their victimhood. Because we unknowingly help keep our friends in bondage when we don't help free them from their bondage by going along with their accusations. And how many times have you ended up hating somebody else because your friend hated them, or a family member? And so to really be able to keep those things separated in your life, because oftentimes you're going to end up getting mad at your friend when your friend decides to forgive that other person, and you're still stuck with all the feelings and emotions. And now your friend is betraying you because they're the ones that made you feel this evil about this person in the first place. And so do everyone a favor, your friend and yourself and this other person, by helping your friend to understand that they don't want to be a victim, and help them to see the truth as best that you can. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.